If Barou and Shadou ever faced each other one-on-one on the field, it would be one of the most intense and chaotic battles in Blue Lock history. Why? Because they share the same wild psychology, both obsessed with scoring, both refusing to follow orders. But while Shadou might have the edge in a match, in terms of ego, Barou already won. Unlike Shadou, who tried to impress Sei in the U20 match, Barou doesn't care about recognition. He doesn't play to please. He plays to dominate. He plays like a king. In this video, I'll break down Barou's mindset, his evolution, his promise with his little sister, and why he's not just one of the best. He's a player who can crush anyone standing in his way. I personally really like the psychology of Barou. His mindset is simple. He doesn't care about the team, the coach, or the strategy. He only cares about dominating. He plays not to win, but to crush. While other strikers look for ways to evolve through cooperation, Barou refuses to kneel. He believes the field belongs to him, and everyone else is just a background character in his story. He doesn't want to be part of a system. He wants to break it and then rule over the ruins. His fuel isn't teamwork or tactics. It's pride, rage, and the obsession to score his way. Not to prove he's useful, but to prove he's untouchable. But this psychology is also a double-edged sword. If not used correctly, it can destroy him. Just like in the Japan U20 match. He had a chance to score, but his refusal to cooperate made him miss. He could have passed. He could have played smarter, but his ego got in the way. That's Barou's curse and his crown. He's a king, but only when he learns to control the beast inside him. Barou didn't start as the most dangerous player in Blue Lock. He became it, and it all began the moment he got devoured. In the second selection, when he played with Isagi and Nagi, Barou's usual solo plays failed. He couldn't score, couldn't shine, and worst of all, Isagi called him a donkey, a mindless player charging forward without thinking. For someone like Barou, who sees himself as a king, being reduced to a donkey was pure humiliation. But here's what makes Barou different. He didn't crumble. He evolved. He didn't become a team player. He became a predator. He watched how Isagi played, how Nagi adapted, and instead of changing his identity, he devoured their methods and made them his own. That moment where he faked defeat, stole the ball from Isagi, and blasted in a goal his way, that was Barou's rebirth. He wasn't just selfish anymore. He became smart, unpredictable, dangerous. Barou figured out how to take the spotlight without asking for it, how to use others without ever kneeling to them. He didn't evolve by becoming someone else. He evolved into a smarter version of the king, and that's what makes him terrifying. Barou may look like a villain, a monster, or a chaos-loving egoist, but underneath all that rage is something most people never see, a quiet, unshakable promise. A long time ago, Barou made a vow to his younger sister, that he would become a king on the football field. Not just a good player, not just a pro, but the greatest, a striker who rules over everyone. And that promise became everything to him. That's why he plays with fire in his eyes. That's why he never passes. That's why he refuses to follow orders. It's not just ego, it's loyalty. Loyalty to the boy who made that promise and to the sister who believed in him before the world ever noticed him. Even when Snuffy's system tried to chain him, even when people told him to play smarter or pass more, Barou remembered that promise. That little voice from the past telling him, "You said you'd be king." And that's the heart of Barou's story. He's not trying to impress the world. He's trying to keep a promise he made when no one was watching. He's not just fighting for goals, he's fighting for pride, for memory, and for the dream that built him. So when Barou crushes opponents and roars like a beast, it's not just ego, it's personal. Barou didn't just survive the system, he conquered it. After breaking free from Snuffy's rigid tactics, he didn't go back to being the same old selfish striker. He evolved. He took everything he learned about timing, control, positioning, and fused it with his raw, unstoppable ego. Now, he's not just scoring goals. He's leading Ubers as their most dangerous weapon. A system built on teamwork is now being ruled by a man who never wanted to be a teammate. That's the paradox of Barou. He turned structure into chaos. He turned a pro-level strategy into his personal hunting ground. And Ubers follow him, not because they trust him, but because they fear him. Barou didn't become a king by following the rules. He became king by rewriting the entire playbook. Barou isn't just a striker. He's a symbol of what happens when ego, pain, and purpose collide. He doesn't want to be your hero, he wants to be your nightmare. And whether you love him or hate him, you can't ignore him. Because when Barou steps on the field, the king arrives. If you felt this video captured his true spirit, make sure to like, comment, and share it. And tell me, who should I break down next? Another Blue Lock beast? Or a different protagonist with a story worth telling? This is Zoref, and I'll see you in the next one.